Hey everyone, welcome back to Veteran Game, where we don't sugarcoat anything and we always tell it like it is. Before we jump in, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on our latest reviews, breakdowns and bold opinions. Got a favorite childhood survival game or a Switch 2 launch story? Drop it in the comments and let's chat. Today we're diving into one of the weirdest and most divisive Switch 2 launch exclusives, Survival Kids. Yes, you heard that right. Konami has dug up its old Game Boy Color series and tried to repackage it as a modern, family-friendly co-op adventure. It's colorful, it's safe, and it's got the nostalgia factor cranked just high enough to catch the attention of 90s kids. But is it actually fun? Or is this just another $50 missed opportunity? Let's set the stage. Survival Kids as a franchise goes way back to 1999, where it was all about actual honest-to-goodness survival, hunger, danger, making tough choices, and trying not to starve on some pixelated island. But in 2025, the Switch 2 reboot has been scrubbed clean of all those sharp edges. Instead, you're getting a cozy, survival-light experience that's pretty much tailor-made for the under 10 crowd and their parents. You don't really die in Survival Kids. You don't lose progress. Heck, you barely even get punished if you ignore the so-called survival elements. You just kind of putter around collecting coconuts, fishing for dinner, and fixing up your raft so you can get shipwrecked all over again on another, nearly identical island. If that sounds repetitive, well, you're already catching on. Here's how it plays. Each level starts with your character or up to 4. If you bring friends, crashing on a new island. Your mission: fix the raft, build a camp, find some tools, gather wood and rocks, and then do it all over again. Every single island is basically a copy-paste formula, and whether you play alone or with family, that's the core loop from start to finish. The controls are simple, and honestly, that's the game's biggest strength. Kids and non-gamers will love how easy it is to just mash A and collect whatever's in front of you. Chopping trees, carrying stuff, building bridges, it's all smooth, reliable, and honestly kind of satisfying if you don't mind repetitive chores. There's also this slapstick, physics-based energy to everything. Toss a log, watch it bounce down a hill, and laugh as your co-op partner runs after it. That's the vibe. And you can tell this game was made for multiplayer. Split screen is actually pretty solid, with little slowdown. There's even a game share mode, where a single copy lets up to 3 other players join in locally though. To be fair, the frame rate takes a hit, and there's a big ugly border on the screen. Still, if you want to play with your kids, your partner, or a group of friends on the couch, it works, and the chaos of 4 people scrambling for coconuts is the highlight. But if you're playing alone, good luck. This game gets boring fast. The repetitive, no-stakes structure makes every new level feel like busy work, and you'll start to question your life choices before you've even finished your first cup of coffee. There's a stamina meter, but it's basically meaningless. You just move a little slower for a few seconds, then you're back to normal. If you forget to eat, nothing bad really happens. It's a survival game where nobody's ever in danger. If you're hoping for depth, challenge, or that spark of adventure you remember from the original Game Boy or DS games, you're not getting it here. The game tries to add variety with some basic platforming, a few actiony turret sections, and the occasional silly gadget like a glider or grappling rod, but it all feels surface level. There are a few hidden treasures and time-based star rankings if you want to replay islands, but honestly, you'll need the patience of a saint to grind for all those stars, especially since you have to hit a certain threshold to unlock the final island. And then there's the art direction. I'm just going to say it. Survival Kids on Switch 2 looks like a mobile game from 2017. Characters are generic, environments are bland, and the music and sound design are forgettable at best. It's serviceable, but with so many gorgeous, creative games out there, it's hard not to feel underwhelmed. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Price: $49.99. That is wild for what you're getting here. If this game launched at $19.99, maybe even $29.99, it would be a solid buy for families with little ones or fans desperate for some chill couch co-op. But at $50, when you could be getting a top-tier indie or even a full-on party game, that's just not it. So who is Survival Kids actually for? If you've got a young kid who's never played a survival game and you want something safe, gentle, and extremely forgiving to play together, it's fine. If you're nostalgic for the series and want a no-pressure game to mess around with while chatting on the couch, it's possible. But for pretty much everyone else, for solo players, for fans of the old challenging games, for anyone expecting anything deep or memorable, it's a hard pass. Here's the bottom line. Survival Kids isn't a bad game, but it's aggressively average, and it's way too expensive for what it offers. It's a low-stress, low-challenge, low-reward experience that'll make younger players smile for a few hours, and then likely get shelved forever. If you're looking for something cozy and easy for family game night, there are worse options. If you want anything more than that, save your money. That's it for today's review. Want more brutally honest takes and real talk about the latest games? Make sure to subscribe and let us know in the comments if there's a forgotten franchise you want to see revived next, and if you'd want it to play it safe or actually take risks. This has been Veteran Game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.